All right, guys, we are ready. We are getting ready to do lesson 34. Let me see if I can zoom out a little. There we go. All right. And so we're going to be using the associative property to solve multiplication problems, okay? And so for this one, we've got 30 times 24. Okay, and basically this part here can get a little confusing, but basically what it is saying is that we can do, because 30 is a 10, we can use the tens trick on 30 too. Okay, so basically we could do the 3 times the 24, take out the 0, and then add that 10 back in later. Once we find the answer, whatever that answer is, we would then multiply that by 10 or add the 0 to the end, and it would be the same. Okay, so that's basically what we're doing here, but it's a little bit more complicated. So the first thing I want to do is put 30 here. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to put 24. That's why I stopped. Okay, 24 here. Okay, so there's my 24. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to take this 30 and we're going to split this 30 up into 3 and 10. So with this 24 over here, we're going to multiply it in 2 different steps. The first step we're going to do to multiply the 24 is to multiply it by 10. You could do the multiply by 3 first too, which is what I have over here, multiply by 3 first. But here they have you multiplying the 10 first, okay? So to multiply this by 10, we know we just shifted over a place value. Because when we multiply by 10, we shift over a place value. So if I've got 2 10s, then now I've got 2 100s because I multiplied by 10. And here, when I multiply by 10, now I've got 4 10s. Okay, so these are gone, and I've multiplied by 10, and now what I have is 240. So this 10 times 24 is now 240. Okay, so that's what that is. So the part that we still have left to multiply is that 3. Okay, so now we have to do 240 times 3. So to do that, we just multiply by 3. So we just triple it. Now, for the hundreds place, it doesn't really change much. But over here for my tens place, once I get to 10, so there's my 10 ones, I need to move it over because that's too big. I can't leave those 10 ones there. So I'm going to move those 10 over. That leaves me with 2, so I have 2 left. And then here I had 6 because I multiplied it by 3 plus 1 more is 7. So my answer should be 720. Now let me show you it the way Miss Collins does it. I like to do 24 times 3 first. So get the multiplying by 3 out of the way. We're going to ignore the place value chart for a minute. Okay, we're going to do 24 times the 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. That's 72. And then do the 10. Because when I multiply by 10, I just put a 0 on the end. So the answer is 720. Okay, same thing. The reason that strategy works is because we've broken apart that 3 and broken apart that 10 for the 30, and we're multiplying in 2 different steps. That's called the associative property. When we break something apart and then multiply it in 2 different parts, we're still going to get the same answer. Okay, so down here we're going to take the 40. And they've broken the 40 apart into 4 and 10. And what are we going to multiply that by? We're going to multiply that by 43 because that's the part that's left, okay? Then for this one, they said, okay, take that 43 and multiply the 43 times 10 first. Okay, so 43, we're going to cover this. 43 times 10 first is going to be 430. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the 430 instead of shifting it over by 10 like I did up here where that gets all messy. I'm just going to go ahead and put the 400 and the 30 in, and I've already done the times 10. Does that make sense? I've done the times 10 at my 430. So this part is done. I've done the times 10. Now I need to do the times 4. So to do this times 4, we're just going to put these dots here 4 times. And just like when we were learning multiplication, yes, we can put these dots here 4 times, but it's much faster to just do the multiplication in the normal algorithm, to just do 43 times 4. That's so much faster. Okay. Okay, so this is good. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 more is 17. Okay, so we did the 43 times 4, then we have to still do the 10. So my answer should be 1,720. Okay, let's see if that's what we get. 4, 8, 10. Those 10 move over, and now I have 1,000. There's 6 right now here, but we're going to have to move 3, 6, 9, 10. 3, 6, 9, 10. So this 10 moves over, and I have one more 10 here. Okay, so now in total I've got 1 in my thousands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in my hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is gone because I moved it over, and I have 2 left and nothing in my ones. Okay, I can do all those dots and do it that way. Just I feel like this is harder to keep track of than just doing the standard algorithm, but the answer is the same, 1,720. Okay, so for this one, just for the sake of it, Miss Collins is just going to do it without the dots first. Just do it the way I would do it. Okay, and then we'll go back and do it this way. Okay, so the way I would do it is I would do 37 times 3. Do all the digits that are there. Ignore the 0, and then we're going to shift the 0 to the end. Okay, so ignore the 0 for right now. So 37 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21, 3 times 3 is 9, 10, 11, so I've got 111. Okay, then 111 times 10 is going to be 111 with the 0 on the end, so my answer should be 1,111. Okay, so up here, we split apart the 30 into 3 and 10, okay, and so up here, that's exactly what I did. I multiplied by the 3 first, and then I multiplied by the 10, because I broke apart that 30, multiplied by the 3 first, then multiplied by the 10. Okay, and what we're multiplying that by is 37. So here they do by the 10 first, so they do 10 times 37 is 370. Okay, so put that over here. 300, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and we're multiplying that by 3 now. So this, especially this 7, it just gets so messy. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I've got 9 in my hundreds now. 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's the part that just gets messy for me that I just don't like. So there's 10. I've got to move that 10 over. Those are gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10. I've got to move that 10 over. Okay. So what I have left is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too many. There's 10. I've got to move this 10 over. Okay, so I've got 1 in my thousands, 1 in my hundreds, 1 in my tens, and 0 in my ones. I've got the same answer, but I did a lot of dots in between. That's how you do the dots. I'm showing you how to do it. But in general, I think the algorithm is much smoother and neater and easier to manipulate. Okay, so here we go. It's just giving us some problems. And it says you can use the place value disk. But you know what? Ms. Collins is just going to solve these the normal way. I've done them with the disk. Let's just solve them. Okay, so we're going to take that 20, and that 20 is going to break apart into 2 and 10. 2 times 10, okay? So we're going to I like to first multiply by the actual digit, the 2, instead of the 10, which is, I kind of think of that as the 0. So let's do 27 times 2. 7 times 2 is 14. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So I've got 54. All right, now I do my 54 times the 10. When I multiply by 10, I put a 0 on the end. It's 540. So that's what we were just doing in the picture. this is a little bit simplified way. Basically, I'm just taking that 0 and then I'm putting it on the end once I find the answer for the 2 times the 27. Okay, so here we go. For the 40, we're going to do this like 4 and 10, okay? So if we do 31 times 4, 1 times 4 is 4, 3 times 4 is 12, okay? And then we're just going to put a 0 on the end. Okay, I could literally just put the 0 on the end right now and be done because I know multiply by 10, put the 0 on the end, but I'll write it out over here. When I multiply by 10, I put the 0 on the end. Done, 1,240. All right, if you have questions about this lesson, you're welcome to get back on with me and I will help you.